Hi, today I'm going to discuss you how to write a perfect answer in business. In 9 to 1 syllabus, normally, there are the 9 to 1 syllabus, the IGCSE, there are certain commandments that student has to be practiced and concerned about this thing before we are writing the paper. A lot of students in practice, from my experience, I know they find like sometimes difficult to produce a good answer in some questions. So let's from this session we are going to find out what are the command that we are using in IGCSE 9 to 1 syllabus, and we are going to analyze. We are going to find out with the sample answers how to write a perfect answer for those business. Right. So under that, uh, MCQ question is the number one. MCQ questions are there in every paper. You can find in MCQ questions. There are 6 MCQs in one paper. Paper 1, there are 6 MCQs. Paper 2, there is another 6 MCQs, multiple choice questions. So 1 mark question it carries. It also should be noted that some candidates may not know the answer. Sometimes the most, what I call, a lot of students doing this mistake. If they don't know the answer, instead of making no attempt, and they should still have to go to picking a tick next to an answer. So guess is better than leaving MCQ blank. So what's the main idea here? So you have never leave an MCQ blank, because that's, you have to take that chance. You have to take that chance. Okay. For example, like this kind of MCQ. Let's go to some kind of a couple of MCQs. You can see here. Right now in this paper, you can see like paper 1, MCQ number 1, not a feature of total quality management. Not a feature of total quality management. It's a combination of individual with skills and knowledge and experience. Collaboration between supply and customer. Free from defects. Less employee contribution. So asking not a feature of total quality management. So easily we can find out the answer. D, less employee contribution. No, TQM is there are more employee contribution. So D is the answer. Imagine in case if you don't know the answer, sometimes you make like leave the answer without any, like a blank. Never do that mistake. So take the chance, because every combination there's a chance. So you can talk like that. There are six MCQs are there in every paper like that. So please take that chance, and you can, first of all, you can start the paper with MCQs. An advantage of starting a new business as a franchise, you can see training and support provided. A benefit to a business is a minimum wage. Minimum wage benefit, what's that thing? So employee encourage, increase labor turnover, improve motivation in the workplace to help to reduce poverty. A benefit to a business of minimum wage.
See?
Yes, yes. So business benefit is to improve motivation in the workplace. Very good. Like that. So if you know the answer, always underline it. So and then if you, even though you don't know the answer, make an attempt, take a chance, don't leave it blank. So that's the first idea, the first advice I can give you. Next question, you can see the defined type of questions. Defined type of questions like this 1 mark question. We don't need any application skills here. We are only asking AO1, a knowledge level we are checking. The questions appears due to the fact that there is an odd number of knowledge, AO1 marks, to be spread across the 2 examinations papers. Therefore, we have an extra question that have test AO1 in paper 2. So now this is highlighted. So this is normally command word is defined. There is no refers to any specific business in the question. So no need to apply, just define. For example, in this paper, there's a defined questions. 2 defined questions are there in question number 1. Define the term market segmentation. Define the term metric structure. So this is from marketing. This is from HR. So you can see market segment is a. So you always you can use any, like the keyword must be there. There is no like a specific like a definition questions. We don't need like a no need to by heart a definition. Sometimes economic definitions also we can write there, but key command words, keywords must be included in the definition. Market segmentation, you can see it's a part of the market. It's out of the total market, which is most profitable for a business organization. It's a part of, like a segment is a kind of a part of the whole market, which is more profitable for a business organization. Example like males, like menswear or like that. So define the term metric structure. So you can definition, you can say the metric structure is a human resource management, is an organization structure where the organization, they can set up the organization as a groups, where the organization like a groups, like people, individuals or managers can move across the different departments and work together. So like that, so you have to figure it out. You have to give the meaning of that thing in proper way. Like that, so our definition questions are there. So you have to write answer like that way without using any application to the case study. Right. So that's a definition question. There are 1 mark definition questions. So one way that you cannot actually skip the application question. Other one is a state question. I call this a state question. 1 markers are the dangerous questions in the paper, because a lot of students actually they don't know how to. They always make mistake with the state questions because they are actually writing questions without uh, linking the case study, because they are thinking it's a 1 mark question. Therefore, I don't need to apply because this is a state question. They ask general answer, but actually forget to write the application. For example, this question.
So for application, is it okay to just mention the name of the company?
Very good question. Very good question. Yes, name of the case study, it's not enough. It's very basic level application, because sometimes the question they are given. For example, state 1 method of employee motivation used in KFC. So you can use the KFC as application because this business name is mentioned in the case study, the question. Therefore, you have to use something else. It can be a product name, or it can be a location name, or it can be a name of an employee, something else.
Okay, sir.
Sometimes the name of the case study we can't actually take as a good application point. So many candidates did not do this, and as a result of this was not very well answered question. So most scored 0 for this question through the lack of context in the answer. That's why a lot of students actually losing their marks, because they're making like this answer. Go to this question, you can see state 1 functions of the production department. State 1 function of the production department. So this case study, if you go to this case study, this is a mock paper case study, large business case study. Michael Kors operates in the luxury end of the fashion and retailer. It engaged in the design, marketing, distribution, and retail branded goods. The company started in American luxury sportswear house in 1981, and about 30 years transformed into global luxury accessories, footwear, apparel brand with global. And so mainly can see like a fashion brand, the fashion retailer. So that's the case study actually. Get some idea. The question they're asking, state 1 function of the production department. So production department, what they do, the production department, normally there are department functions are there, like quality control, inventory control. You can see there are so many things are there. Production department, production, planning, material handling, system, quality checkups, quality assurance, like that. There are, you can see so many functions you can write, but you have to apply to the case study. So in this case, the Michael Kors is the fashion retailer. So here the production department, you can see they are mainly selling, but mainly they normally the production department, you can see in this organization, it's a luxury and fashion retailer sector engaged in designing, marketing, distribution, and retailing the branded goods. So yeah, you can take the idea of here like a product designing their product. So designing part of they're doing. So you can see designing what? Designing textile, designing fashions. So that's a very good application point. So one perspective you can write here, designing accessories, designing fashion brands, which is used for the retailing. So you can, that's a very good application. Product design, you can say product designing for designing what? Fashion accessories, designing fashion accessories. So designing menswear, designing children's wear, designing ladies wear. Like that, you can apply some question, apply the case study when you're writing this question. Okay, you got it? Like that. So every question there are 8 questions are there. So you can easily actually find out how to write a case study. So if you write say I'm designing fashion wear so you can see designing fashion designing. That's also correct answer. So okay, say product designing. That's a wrong answer. Product designing is wrong, but fashion designing is correct answer, because fashion is a perfect application of the case study. Okay. Now let's go to the other type of case study, other type of question that we're using. The third type of question is a calculate question. Calculate questions. Normally, the calculation questions are there in every question right now. You can see now calculation of break even, calculation of the gross profit margin, calculation of the net profit, operating profit margin, calculation of percentage increase of the sales, You can see the calculate of the break-even point. So in recent questions, we found this kind of a question calculations are there. In calculation, what's the advice I can give you? Always show your workings. Always show your workings, because in case even the answer is wrong, imagine like they're asking the answer for 2 decimal points and you provide the answer for 1 decimal points, the answer is wrong. Right? Imagine the answer is imagine liquidity ratio, acid test ratio calculation is there in 2020 paper. They're asking acid test ratio of that particular company. I think Hans Raj Mahajan worldwide exporting company. Acid test ratio 0.441. But if someone write as a 0.4, that's wrong. So, but if you provide the calculation, if you show the workings, then you can still earn 1 mark out of it. That's why all calculate questions are test application. There's a no mark awarded for stating the formula, because the formula sheet is there in always. The formula sheet is given, so therefore you can always look at the formula sheet for some like financial ratios and all. But break even and percentage increase decrease, market share calculations. So some certain calculation like a cash flow calculation, we don't give any formula. You have to memorize those formulas. So financial formulas only we are giving like what is operating profit margin, gross profit margin, markup ratio, ROCE, these things we are giving normally. Normally, it's automatically generate 2 marks even if the no workings is included. Even if you get the correct answer from your calculator, if you got the correct answer, we are giving 2 out of 2. That's no worries about it. But it is not advised to omit the workings. However, as a lot of candidates provide the incorrect answer in examiners are always instructed to look at the workings to see if there has been mathematical slip. If there hasn't, then the 1 mark can be awarded then for the workings, and candidate will not be given 1 mark for stating the formula or getting part of the answer right. So that also keep in mind. No mark for formula. So most will get 0 or 2. Sometimes few will get 1 marks randomly, right? Okay, so look at this question, this paper, there's a calculation question, here we go. Factory workers of the MK get 10 pounds per hour for 35 hours per week working back, 35-hour working week and 15 per hour for the overtime, right? So factory workers get 10 pounds per hour for a 35-hour working week and 35-hour working week, right? Keep in mind that, and 15 pounds per hour for the overtime. Calculate how much the worker will receive for a 50-hour working week. So now think that a normal rate apply for 35 hours. So what is the overtime hours? 50 minus 35. So the particular worker, one particular worker actually work for 50 hours a week. Then overtime hours how much? 50 minus 35? 15. So then you have to multiply, you can say 35 into 10 is 350. Then 15 into 15 is 225. Right? So 15 hours overtime, 225 plus 10 into 35. So you can see like 35 into 10 hours, that is 350. So altogether, the worker salary will be 575 pounds. In that particular week, the workers normal pay 10 times 35 plus 15 times 15. So altogether 575 pounds. So I have to mention there, show the workings, do the additions, do the calculations, write the answer, you will get a 2 out of 2. Okay, like that. So that's a calculation questions. Always better to show your workings in the calculation question. Okay, let's go to outline question. There's another 2-mark question coming for this kind of a category, outline question. Outline type of question, normally they are checking AO2. Outline question require application for AO2. Hence, this is why there is a case study to help candidates to think about the skills in the start of the sections. Like outline questions are marked exactly the same way as before under the whole specification. So they require a point, in this case a risk, for example, like score whatever for the point they are giving 1 mark, and to score 2 marks there has been a development of the method. Development of application is important. So existence of application somewhere within the response is important. So as a result of lack of application, so majority of the answers sometimes they are receiving 1 mark. So most of the time, student actually again forgetting to write the application part for outline questions as well. So 1 mark for the point, 1 mark for the application. I would like to share this question again, so you can see outline question. Now we're going to let's see outline question. Outline here. Part B, question number 3, part B. Outline one method MK could use to communicate details of special offers to new customers. Outline one method where MK, Michael Cross, could use to communicate details of special offers to new customers. So this case is asking a method of communication on the human resource management part. So what is the point? You can say you can say communication method with customers. You can see you can use the even you can use the Facebook page, their fan page, right? So a lot of Excel, what they're using Instagram, they're using Facebook these days. They're using sometimes email systems. They're using sometimes they're using promotion and everything, pop-up advertisement in Google about their special offers to new customers. If you want to give some offers for some credit card offer, normally these days customers, these shopping malls and everything, they're using to send SMS method, right? Sometimes they are sending you some SMS to customers numbers through the credit card company. So you can say, okay, for this question, outline one method. They can use the communication details of special offer. You can say through their Facebook fan page. To their Facebook fan page. How? Now application, you can see Michael Cross can use their Facebook fan page to communicate about their fashion, the brands, and then to communicate about their discounts on the seasonal offers for particular menswear items or ladies wear items or fashion accessories that particular time. So special offer, you can give some example for special offer, and you can give example of a communication medium to communicate with the customers. And to new customers also, new customers always, they might get them some advertisement from YouTube. So you can use easily that method, a social media or YouTube method, or you can see it can be a Instagram page. Okay, you understood? So like that. So mainly Michael Cross can use one method, mention the method, let's say Facebook or social media page, how they can list, they can actually give some kind of audio or video or both, right? Visual advertisement you can use in order to attract more customers into their fashion industry. So like that, give some kind of application definitely. Otherwise, a lot of people will end up with a 1 mark because of this reason. Okay, that's the end of the outline question type. Let's go to the explain type questions. In the paper, in one paper, there are 5 explain questions are there. And that you can see 1 explain questions coming in the question number 1, 3 explain questions coming in the question number 2, 1 explain question coming in the question number 3. Altogether, 5 explain questions are there in the paper. So altogether in paper 1 and paper 2, you can see there are 10 explain questions you have to write. So in a small business paper, 5 explain questions carries 15 marks. So I call these questions are very easy questions. Why? Because students no need to actually apply. Right? You don't need to apply any case study. You can just write a generic answer, your own style of writing can use. So you can actually use the 3 sentences minimum. You have to have some kind of development in your answer. Then only you can get the 3 out of 3. No need to apply case study. That's the comfortability of this question. No application. So it should be noted that explain questions not based on any case study material. Therefore, answer to explaining questions do not require any application or contextualization. You got it? In a 3-mark explain question, so all you need is to do is state and draw back an advantage. Sometimes they're asking explain an advantage, explain one disadvantage, something like that. So then provide logical linking strands, right? But however, you can see, make sure your answer is not vague and answer is a set question. Another thing, a lot of people actually make a mistake by repeating the question in your first sentence. So I'm saying don't do that mistake. You can even start your sentence with some kind of like the introduction part, like a definition, kind of a giving, explaining that meaning. For example, it's asking one benefit of market research. You can see so market research means a method of collecting and gathering information. In this case, the benefit is you can find out the customer insights. So as a result of that, business will be able to make good marketing decisions like that. You got it? So don't repeat the question. You can see one benefit of market research is, don't write that. Don't write the
sir.
Yeah. So always when you're writing some kind of like, you can answer, you can say, you can explain what is market research is. Market research is some kind of gathering, analyzing, and presenting information to the marketing department. So the one benefit of this is you can see, you can get the customer insights, customer pricing decisions, promotional decisions you can take. As a result, the organization will be able to make good decisions in the marketing. Like that. So don't repeat the question in the first sentence. By doing this on every question, you are writing whatever, writing another 2 A4 sides of the work, which is called 0 marks. Right? There's no value addition of like repeating the question there. That's why this is the main reason why candidates do not finish the paper, because of writing unnecessary stuff. All right. So explain question. Let's go to one example to clarify the explain question. This paper, you can see. Let's go to question number 2 and see. You can see a couple of explain questions. Explain one benefit of decentralized organization structure. Right? Benefit of decentralized. So you can start with the answer like why, explaining what is decentralized organization first of all. You can see before writing the benefit, you can see decentralized is where the organization structure actually divided or distributed the power into certain sections. Decentralization, right? Distribution of power and delegation of power and responsibility into several divisions. The benefit of decentralization is that it's reduced the stress from the senior management. It's reduced the stress and burden from the senior management. As a result of that, they can relax and they can mainly focus on the core business activities to increase the productivity of the organization. You got it? So don't write the answer. One benefit of decentralization structure is avoid that part, avoid the clutter. They can straight away can start with the answer. What is decentralization structure? It is where you actually decentralize, you actually give the responsibilities and power to everyone, and as a result of that benefit, you can say as a result of this, the benefit will be the management will be reducing their stress and burden by making the decisions, because the decision will be delegated and decentralized to other people. So as a result of that, this will lead to they can mainly focus on the core business activities in the and then core areas on the business they can focus on, and they will be able to make good decisions. So you can use a method called like this called BLT model or sandwich model, because leads to therefore, or bacon, lettuce, tomato. That model you can use. Because of this happened, this will lead to this, and therefore this happened. So explain question always, you can use that structure. So I would like to do one more explain question, because you can see back-to-back 3 explain question you can see in the second question. Explain benefit of decentralization, explain one impact of business decrease in taxation, explain one usefulness of the financial document. Okay, like look at this question, usefulness of financial document. You can see you can start the answer with saying what is financial document. Financial documents are the like a income statement and SOFP and cash flow forecast. By using these above financial documents, organization can make decisions such as cash flow. For example, as if you talk about the SOF, you can see they can make sure their liquidity level is okay. Make a business can make sure their assets and liabilities and capital levels are okay and they're financially healthy. As a result of that, they'll be able to make comparison with their business and other businesses as well, like that. So you can see there are a lot of usefulness there in financial statement. You can see you can apply for the funding, for bank loans and everything. You can easily obtain by using financial statements. You can actually attract more investors into the business. You can compare your business with your previous years and other competitors. So this thing you can make sure to write this thing. You know, 1 point. Always they're asking 1 point, just write the 1 point and explain. So I'm talking about, let's say in this case, okay, financial documents are the mainly the business prepare like income statement and SOFP and these things. By preparing these things, business will be able to compare the performance of the business organization with their previous years. As a result of that, business will be able to make a good decisions, and if the performance is bad, they will be able to find out the strategies to overcome that situation. Rather, you must be able to explain like that kind of a level of like a no application, just explanation. Explanation means like that. I think you can write, there's 3 sentences minimum you have to write. So don't write like more than that. So they are giving normally standard space for this is like a 6 lines, but we can see normally in Edexcel papers recently they are giving more than 6 lines. We know because students handwriting will be different. That's why they're giving this thing. Okay, that's the explain questions. Okay, let's go to the next type of question after 3 marker, the 6 marker question, analyze questions. Analyze questions are normally there every paper there are about like the 3 analyze 2 analyze questions are there in a paper to analyze questions. Analyze question you can see like this also like I can say this is a AO2 application based analysis. So now after writing explain question, you will be sometimes a lot of students normally they like to continue that style. But analyze question, always think you have to you can't forget about the case study. From hereafter, analyze question, justify question, evaluate questions, outline question, state question. Always application is really important. That's why analyze questions test 2 assessment objective. AO assessment objectives name AO2 application and AO3 analysis. Thus, to be successful, candidate need to demonstrate both these skills within the answer. So examiners will make a separate judgment for AO2. Like normally we are when you're marking, we are finding out whether your application is good or bad. It should be not near the mention the case study of the Mrs. name is not enough for them, because they are giving that level 1 application, level 2 application, level 3 application. In order to go to like a 3 marks, you must take a level 3 application. 3 out of 3 you can give. If you write like in detail, answer should be based on the application. And then this is associated with the valid analysis also, and candidates should score level 3 for the assessment objective. If application is not present throughout the answer, then level 3 cannot be awarded. So equally, examiners are also looking for at least like a 5 linked, so 5 strands. That's why I'm thinking like normally student can write a 2 paragraph, like a two different BLT points, or we can say like a Meliba point, like a make the points, explain the point, like using BLT structure, link it to the case study, write the impact on the business area, write a business like a focus, like a business function. Like that, you can link 5 link strands, okay, but you can see like consider both positive and negative. Sometimes analysis questions can be come in different way. It's question asked for like an analyze impact. Analyze impact. So those 2 points must be 1 positive and 1 negative. Or we can write either both positive or both negative. That also okay. Impact question, but I prefer if you can write 1 positive and 1 negative, because that gives you a balance in the answer. So impact means good impact and bad impact. But in Edexcel, they say normally this candidate has the ability to consider both positive and both negative within their response. That's okay. So you have the freedom to write anything actually for this thing. But if they ask to specifically, if they ask analyze the benefits, you have to write only benefits only. If they write analyze the drawbacks, you have to write only 2 drawbacks only. But in case if they ask analyze the impact, you can have the freedom to write anything, either combination, either 2 positives or either 2 negatives. That also keep in mind. So this let's go to this paper and see what is the one explain of an example of analyze question. Yes, 9 mark is there. In question number 3, there is a 6 marker. Analyze 2 benefits of MK of using batch production. 2 benefits of batch production in their business. Like organizations, when they're using batch production, in this case, you don't need to define anything, because analyze question is only taking AO2 and AO3, right? So when you're writing this kind of question, always make sure to plan your answer first of all. There are benefits of batch production. They're asking 2 benefits, then 2 positive you have to write. First one, you can talk about the flexibility, because batch production will give you normally like change to one batch to another batch. Like if you're making 100 items or 1,000 items, you can actually change it. So a lot of orders you can produce, not like a flow production. Flow production will continuously produce 1 item, but batch production, so you can see MK would be able to produce different batches with different fashion accessories, different fashion designs they can create based on batch production. As a result of that, they can actually introduce more products into the market, more fashion accessories, more menswear, more ladies wear, more items you can actually introduce into the retail shops. Because the batch production is more flexible, they can change, like time to time, they can change their designs and fashions, they can change. Therefore, batch production is more suitable for fashion industry and garment industry, textiles. Moreover, you can talk about another point. Batch production would be, you can get the economies of scale. Economies of scale. EOS you can earn, because if you go for the batch production, you have to have actually large quantity to purchase, like a bulk purchase you can do. And as a result of that, the MK would be able to make economies of scale, bulk production of textile, apparel, equipment, and other bulk production of the raw materials for the fashion industry. They can actually get some discount on their purchase of textiles and apparel. As a result of that, MK would be able to earn their profit maximization would be able, and the cost can be go down. Therefore, profit margin will increase. As a result, the business financial position will increase. Like that, analyze that.
Sir?
Yes. Yeah.
As the company is about fashion, can we talk about like for application? Can we talk about leather or silk?
Exactly.
Bought in bulk.
Excellent. Very good. Awesome. Yes, that's the thing. That's the application.
Okay, sir.
Without mentioning the raw material, if you can remember anything like leather, silk, like anything, as you know, you can put that there. So we can give maximum level 3 application level we can give. Very good. Huh? So that's why I think you have to write 2 points. You can write with application and analysis point. So make sure you have to analyze that thing, take the 1 point and develop another 2 sentences based on that. Make sure to write 2 paragraphs. That's a 6 mark application point. Okay, let's go to the after 6 marker. The next question is actually the larger questions, the 9 marker structure. The 9 marker questions normally coming with the commandment justification question, the justify questions. The justify questions normally I'm giving a simple, first of all, the structure. I told the 2-1 method. 2-1 method. In 9 mark questions, do not waste your time to writing a definition. You can just, because the AO assessment object you're checking is AO 2, 3, and 4, which is assessment, application, analysis, and evaluation. 9 mark question, you can write 2 advantages and 1 disadvantage of the selected option. Because normally the option questions are normally coming, so you can select one option and you can strike off the other option. So don't compare with the other option. So method that you're using, you have to justify the selected method. So basically, you have to write some kind of like a 2 good points and 1 bad points. At the end, you have to give kind of like an ending conclusion, like a sentence at the end. So justify questions is marked in the same way as analyze question, but in addition, there's a judgment is there at the end. They call evaluation model, like however it depends and everything. So application is really important. So application, analysis, evaluation. So that's why 2-1 method always keep in mind. 9 mark question, no definition, 2 advantages, 1 disadvantage, and a conclusion. Right. So I would like to show you some model answer for 9 marker. This question was taken from past paper, and this student got 8 out of 9. Right, 8 out of 9. And then other answer is there. This student got 9 out of 9. 9 out of 9. So let's read the 9 out of 9 question. The question was the alphabet. Sorry, Aphrodite company. There are 2 options are there: obtaining a bank loan or crowdfunding. Obtaining a bank loan or crowdfunding, right? So this question actually the candidate took the second option, the first option, sorry, bank loan. They look at the answer that they started with that. One benefit of obtaining a bank loan is to convert the premises is that it gives the clothing company the source of like a straight away from allowing them to the quickly expand. So they can actually quickly expand that thing. So first of all, they give one advantage, but this gives a quick the clothing company a source of finance straight away, right? Crowdfunding will not give the source of finance straight away. It will take some time, right? Crowdfunding, you have to wait some time by applying, but bank loan not like that. They are on the spot. They are giving the loan. So as a result, you can quickly utilize that money to expansion. Look at another advantage. So further they can gain a competitive advantage over rapid clothing companies. The sooner they can actually quickly they can expand the business, and they can have a competitive advantage over their rival clothing companies. So that's how good point is there, and explanation also there. Look at the second advantage. Another benefit is that UK interest rate was relatively very low, currently very low. UK interest rate is very low. As a result, what happened? Meaning that the UK interest rates for a bank loan would be have to pay back a very low amount, considerably lower than the usual. Meaning that the cost for then Andrew and Duncan, the business owner, you can see the good application there because they're using the name of the owners of the business. As a result, Andrew and Duncan for this business would only increase by a small amount. So look at the Meliva point. You can see as a result of the UK interest low, they can take that advantage, and they have to only pay only small amount, considerably lower amount than usual. Meaning that the Andrew and Duncan or the owners of the Aphrodite company will have to pay a small amount of money as a result. You can see.
Sir?
Yes.
Can we highlight the advantage of bank loan by saying that it has low interest rate than other sources of finance such as overdraft?
Yes, exactly. But application, look at the application. Here, UK business. So that
Yes,
means
sir.
in the UK, interest rate was really currently very low, and in the current time. So that's the application. At the UK interest rate, we're not talking about Sri Lankan interest rate. Talking about UK interest rate currently low, which means the impact for the business is very low, right? The loan, the repayment is very considerable, making considerably lower than the usual as a result of this. So if you write it generally, you can see compared to overdraft, bank loans, interest rate low means you don't have application. But this case, this candidate will be able to get maximum marks because the application is there. UK interest rate currently low than normally. So they normally he can considerably lower than usual. As a result of that, the payback is very low than usual. So that's how you have to apply. Look at the negative side. However, one disadvantage of obtaining bank loan is that the clothing company would have to pay back the interest at the end of the loaning period. So there is interest paid. So that's a kind of a disadvantage, and this would increase the fixed costs, and therefore lead the total cost of the business and the high-end clothing business, and then decrease the profit margin. So look at that. So they have to pay in interest. Interest is a kind of a disadvantage. You talk about the interest rate is low, but this case is a disadvantage of obtaining a bank loan is they have to pay a regular interest for the bank, and during the loan period, this will reduce their profit margin. This high-end clothing business, their profit margin will decrease as a result of that. Look at the most important, the conclusion. So a lot of people actually they are not right in this part. So as a result, they are getting very low mark for the 9 mark. But look at the conclusion part. So the 2-1 method is there, 2 advantages and 1 disadvantage is there. Look at the conclusion part. In conclusion, the brothers should expand by bank loan because it allows them to expand sooner. And although they would have, this is, yeah, you can summarize it. You have to answer the question. Answer the question. We are using a method called AJKO, Anthony Joshua Knockout Judgment. AJKO, right? And answer the question. Write down kind of a overall like a knowledge and try to say overall what is good. So in conclusion, look at it. Brothers should expand the business from using bank loan because it's sooner they can expand this. This allow them to actually to pay the interest on the bank loan, and its UK interest rate had been consistently low. So all the point that you mentioned above, you can summarize here. Summarize here. That's a summarizing the ending sentences, conclusion word. So whatever the point, give some kind of support to your answer, summarize the point that you have mentioned earlier, all the 3 points you can write down there. Huh? Bank loans are good, we can either expand the sooner and interest rates are low. However, and also interest rate had been consistently low. However, it depends. Use the point, very important 2 words there, you can say it depends. It depends. It depends on what? It depends on whether Andrew and Duncan are willing to spend more in terms of fixed cost. In order to get an advantage over the competitors soon. So it depends on the owners actually. It depends on Duncan and the Andrew. So that gives some kind of validated answer. You kind of validate your answer at the end. You can actually write a good answer for this. So you can see that's how you can go to 9 out of 9. You can see the examiner comment for this answer. The candidate is considering both the benefits and drawbacks of using bank loan to finance the expansion of the business. And there is plenty of application and linked off stance, and across the answer, there is also conclusion that offers some extra evaluation to that which is provided in the 3rd paragraph. And this conclusion is also make the use of it depends rule. It depends rule. So, and this is a response, have a 5 linked strands and valid analysis application throughout the rigorous evaluation. Therefore, the answer will judge by level 3 for all 3 assessment objective of application, analysis, evaluation, and award 9 marks. Okay, then the time is up for today. Then we'll see you on our next session. So thank you very much for participation today. See you in my next video. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye.